If you're going through full mouth extractions, dentures, or tooth loss in your 30s, there's something nobody really prepares you for. Everyone talks about the pain of extractions. Everyone talks about the swelling. Everyone talks about the healing of your gums. But almost nobody talks about the mental side of it, of not being able to eat. And honestly, that part surprised me more than anything. Before the procedure, food was just normal life. Morning coffee, cooking dinner, eating dinner with my kids. Little snacks during the day when you just pass through the kitchen. Nothing complicated, just everyday life. Food is one of those things that you never really think about until suddenly you can't experience it in the same way anymore. And when you go through full mouth extractions, that change happens overnight. One day you're eating normally, and the next day, food becomes something you have to think about constantly. Every bite becomes a question. Can I chew this? Will this hurt? Will this get stuck in my gums? Will this irritate a stitch? Is this going to slow down healing? Things that used to be automatic suddenly require planning, and the mental shift alone is exhausting. It's not just physical healing after full mouth extractions. There is a mental adjustment that comes with it. Especially when you're young and facing dentures in your 30s. Because food is comfort for so many people. Food is routine. Food is family time. Sitting down together at the end of a long day and suddenly that experience changes. One of the hardest parts for me has been cooking. I still cook for my family. I still make meals. But after cooking food that I can't eat, I sit down with them while they enjoy the meal and I'm eating soups, protein shakes, or mashed foods. I'll be honest, there are moments where it almost feels like a little resentment. Not because anyone did anything wrong, and it's not because this procedure wasn't necessary or that I regret it, because I don't. But it reminds me that my experience is temporarily very different. You're watching everyone else enjoy food while you're in the healing phase that limits what you can eat. And it can feel isolating sometimes. Even when you know this was the right choice for your health. Another thing that people really don't talk about much after full mouth extractions is how your taste changes during healing. Many people experience things like a muted taste. Food just doesn't taste the same. There's sometimes a metallic taste in your mouth. Sometimes it's healing tissue that affects the way the flavors come through, and sinus pressure that can also affect the smell, taste, and smell affects taste more than we realize. Sometimes food don't even taste like it normally would. Smell and taste are actually very comforting for a lot of people. It's part of the whole experience of eating. But right now, during this stage of healing, that experience can feel really different. Instead of normal meals, suddenly you're limited to things like soups, smoothies, mashed foods, protein drinks. And while they help nourish your body, they often don't satisfy that feeling of actually eating. You don't get full. You'll get full faster, but you won't stay full very long. And it's just not satisfying to do. For me, I notice, like I just said, I get full off of less food. And that's because the chewing takes so long and I wear out that I just get tired. My gums get tired, my tongue gets tired, my jaw gets tired. My mouth is still healing from a major dental surgery. Even talking is causing a lot of issues right here. So I can't enjoy food anymore right now. And that takes a mental toll. Now, when you're talking about full mouth extractions, there's a whole grief process. And it's not just around losing your teeth. It's grief around losing normal experiences. Because teeth are connected to so many parts of daily life. Eating, speaking, smiling, socializing, family meals. And when you suddenly lose that overnight, there can be a real emotional adjustment. Some things come back over time, and some things change permanently. But either way, your brain has to adjust to a new normal. Talking about that grief doesn't mean you're ungrateful for the procedure. It also doesn't mean that you regret taking care of your health. It simply means you're adjusting to a major life change. And adjustment takes time. One of the strangest parts for me has honestly been cooking. Because I still cook for my family, and I still make the meals, but it definitely feels different cooking foods that I can't eat right now. Cooking used to mean that I was tasting things as I go, trying a bite, enjoying the meal together. But right now, I feel like I'm preparing food for everyone else while I'm in a different stage of healing. And that's definitely an emotional adjustment. But something that I keep reminding myself is that this phase is temporary. Healing after full mouth extractions takes time. Your gums are reshaping and adjusting, your mouth is recovering from a major procedure, and eventually these things do get easier. So if you're going through this stage right now, I want to share a few things that have helped make healing phase a little easier for me. They're simple things, but they've made a big difference in my recovery. The first thing is gently rinsing my mouth out with warm salt water. Once your dentist says it's safe, a gentle saltwater rinse can help keep your mouth clean and support healing. Nothing aggressive, just a gentle rinse to soothe the gums and reduce the bacteria. The second thing that's helped me is cutting up foods in extremely small pieces, about the size of your pinky nail. When foods are that small, you can often swallow them without really chewing, and that makes you get full and provides you with more than you would normally get with a protein shake. Now, the third thing that has helped is expanding soft food options beyond just mashed potatoes. And a lot of people end up eating some of the same soft foods over and over. But there's so many more options out there that you can think of. Like scrambled eggs, soft pasta, oatmeal, grits, which I don't really recommend too much, yogurt, cottage cheese, soups, protein shakes, soft cooked vegetables, things that you can actually mash with your tongue at the roof of your mouth. And they do help with recovery as well. So if you're going through full mouth extractions, dentures, or tooth loss right now, remember what you're feeling is normal. The mental side of this journey is real, but it does get better as your mouth heals. Every day, your body is recovering. Every day, your gums are getting stronger. And every day, you're getting closer to that next stage of your journey. And if you're going through dentures or extractions right now, please tell me in the comments what part of the healing journey has been the hardest for you. Your story might help someone else feel less alone. And if you follow along for the rest of my denture journey in my 30s, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Share it with a friend. My goal is to share the real side of this process so nobody feels alone going through it. Because healing is easier when we talk about it. One day at a time.